It's night 2 of the McDonald's Peach State Showdown from the Lanier Speedway in the A&B Outdoors Quicktime Sprint Car Series. I'm Kelan Belsha, joined by my friend Shane DiMantova here in the A&B Outdoors Quicktime Sprint Car Series. Race 5 of 25. McDonald's Peach State night 2. Last night it was Andrew May taking his second win in a row. Tonight he looks to back it up and get 3 in a row, Shane.
Yeah, he's obviously won the championship last season, and he looks to continue his dominant stretch, and we'll get talking to him momentarily, as well as our hard charger, his teammate Cameron McCone.
Yeah, they had a strong run last night, and just before we get to talk to Andrew, going to do a bit of a recap last night. Of course, it was not streamed, but Andrew picked up his second straight win, but that did not tell the story. He led 29 of 30 laps, but it was probably the best battle between him and his teammate Aiden Kirker for the win we have seen in a long, long time, Shane. It's a shame you weren't here to see it because they were battling side by side for literally the last 15 laps. They were side by side, door to door, racing for the win, and it was an intense battle. So it was awesome, and it showed last night. Andrew May extended his points lead to 23 points. We're gonna get a word with that guy, Andrew May. Hey, Andrew, is Kelan in the booth? You got us?
Yes, sir.
Well, he picked up the win on night number 3 of Evolution. Those last 5 laps, of course, cut out on the stream, unfortunately. But last night, the great battle with you and your teammate Aiden Kirker that you came out on the better end of. It was a great race. And what do you feel about the track tonight? Will there be any differences? And what do you expect tonight?
I expect pretty much the same of what happened last night. There was really good bottom, really good top, but you have to be perfect around both. I went back and I watched, last night's race, and me and Kirker were almost running identical lap times. And, I think it was in 3 and 4, I hit the wall barely, and then in 1 and 2, he barely nipped the wall down on the bottom. So there's 2 extremes, the very bottom and the extreme top. And, yeah, I mean, it was awesome. It was the most fun race I've had in a really long time. And I hope that Kirker gets up there and I get up there and we can do it again for the stream this time.
Yeah, I mean, it was an awesome race. I was there. I know Shane wasn't, so we couldn't get a stream rolling, but I was there adminning, and it was an amazing race. Probably the most enjoyable I've had in a long time with you and him, really side by side, racing each other clean. It's amazing what these races can do when they're both running clean, top, bottom. It was awesome. And back-to-back, talk about that back-to-back real quick as you head, trying to make it a three-peat tonight. You're up to a 23-point lead, which is almost a full race, and this is going to be our 5th race of the season.
Yeah, we've had pretty good runs all throughout the season. First 2 Volusia races weren't great, didn't qualify very well. Third one, I qualified 3rd and ended up winning. But last night, just swept the whole night, quick time, heat 1, dash, and in the feature. But, the last 2 races especially, I've been able to just run, my own race, run at my own pace. And I've been more confident in the car since the update in the last 2 races than I have at any other time, since. So it showed last night. I mean, we were really fast around the top, so hopefully we can keep ripping and pull out another one, or maybe Kirker will sneak by us on the bottom and win. Either way, I'm alright with that.
Well, yeah, it was a great run last night. Look forward to seeing you tonight. Hopefully, maybe you can extend that points lead.
Yes, sir. See you guys later.
Yes, sir. Andrew May, driver of the 31M, and now we're going to talk to our hard charger last night, Cam McCone, who charged from last to pick up a top 10 finish. It's been a minute since we talked to him. Shane, you want to go ahead and get a word with him?
Yeah, Cameron McCone, you got us up here in the booth.
How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. How about yourself?
Good, doing good.
Yeah, I know. I bet you can't complain about that run you had yesterday. You started in the last position, finished inside the top 10. I know we mentioned this already. It wasn't a stream, but why don't you take us through races for everybody at home that wasn't there?
Yeah, we had a pretty good car. We wasn't one of the fastest, but I felt like we was most consistent out there. We were keeping up with the pack at least, and it was just kind of hard to pass, and everybody was getting squirrely, so I wasn't trying to push the issue too much more than I had to. I was happy with the top 10 starting where I did.
Yeah, and obviously you had a very successful night last night, but with that successful race, what tips or information are you going to take into tonight?
Definitely the track state. That was probably one of the slickest linear races I've ran. I'm just going to take what I learned from that and a little bit of this practice right now and take it into tonight's race and maybe finish a little bit better. I'm going to shoot for a top 5 tonight, try to qualify a little bit better. We had to play alphabet soup last night going through the C and B mains.
All right, man, you never know. Honestly, you could see that number 4 right back here on the TV side of things. But Cameron, thanks for joining us, and good luck out there.
Appreciate it, guys. Have a good night.
Him as well, as it's always a pleasure to talk to the Asheville Attitude. His special thanks to his good buddy Jared, who's the sponsor of tonight's event.
Yeah, big thank you to him and his mother out there with the McDonald's of Waynesville, North Carolina. Great franchise for hopping on board. And last night it was Andrew May getting the win, got a prize pool of $4.35, which is the price of a Big Mac. So you get a free Big Mac for winning last night, but tonight $20 on the line to the race winner this evening, and that $20 could be paid out in a McDonald's gift card. So some of the McDonald's lovers out here this evening could be racing big time for that prize as
I'm
we
loving
get
it.
ready. I'm loving it too. It's going to be awesome as we get pumped up for tonight's Peach State Showdown finale on a Monday night in Lanier, virtual Lanier, Georgia. We're going to set it down trackside for your Star Spangled Banner. The beautiful nation's colors here on the virtual Lanier, Georgia, right next to Lake Lanier at Lanier National Speedway for tonight's Ambi Outdoors Peach State Showdown finale, sponsored by McDonald's. Qualifying, the Dirtman Photography qualifying is wrapping up here from the Lanier Speedway, and on top of the charts is Aiden Forster in the number 20 machine, followed by Anthony Woodhull in the 09 machine. MFK Speed Lab teammates round out the third and fourth positions, Aiden Kirker and Andrew May, who put on a show last night. Ryan Billy Racing's Mason Coffey rounds out the top 5, while JDR Esports' Cam Martin sits in 6th. Cody Meadows sits in 7th. Matt McGrath, making his debut, sits back there in 8th right now. Nolan Cooper 9th, and Brandon Stewart rounds out the top 10. Tyler No sits back in 11th. Jack Young in 12th. Colin Shane 13th. Sean Leisure in 14th, Charlie Meyer in 15th, 16th is Joshua Laux, 17th is Cameron McCone, 18th is Carter Young, 19th Aaron Trotter, 20th Antonio Mancini, and Connor Barker sits 21st. Looks like he's electing not to take a lap as qualifying starts to come to an end here, and we get ready to get set for our first heat of the evening. Aiden Forster with a nice little lap time last night, picked up a 6th place finish. It was a nice run for him, very consistent in the top 5 as his track slicked up. He kind of lost some track position, but it was a great race. And I'm really sad we didn't get that race on stream yesterday, Shane, because that probably would have been one of the best I've ever seen and one of the best to commentate. Only had 2 or 3 cautions, and they were all in the beginning of the race. The race took 11 minutes to complete, and it was just an awesome sight between Andrew and Aiden. I really hope we get to see something like that this evening.
So do I, especially for the fans at home. I wish I was here to do that last night, but unfortunately could not. But here we are here tonight, and hopefully we can replicate the same thing. And, you know, they set the bar really high, but let's see if we can go even higher here tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be nice as we're going to go ahead and advance the session towards the first heat of the evening. And heat number 1 gets ready to get set. So there will be 3 heats this evening, top 3 transferring in. And only one driver will go home tonight, so it looks like we will be able to only do a B main this evening. As we get your field set for tonight's edition of Racing in the AB Outdoors Quicktime Sprint Car Series. On pole in the opening heat from Cassidy, Michigan, driver to number 20 for MFK Speed Lab, it's the Iceman, Aiden Forster. And to his outside, driver to number 31 for MFK Speed Lab, hailing from Bedford, Pennsylvania, it's the big unit, Andrew May.
Starting off this stacked heat number 1, we got the number 1 car there in the 3rd spot from Martinsville, Virginia, the Mud Digger Cody Meadows from Ryan Billy Racing. And to his outside, that's the number 22 from Ryland Gray's Tutoring in Middletown, New York, Brandon Stewart.
Rolling off in the 5th position, Gator Nationals Night 2 winner from Sullivan, Illinois, Exo Consulting Rookie Competitor, it's C-Money Colin Shane. And to his outside, driver in 009 machine from Detroit, Michigan, Exo Consulting Rookie Competitor, Joshua Lau.
And rounding out your field here tonight from Ryan Billy Racing in Arcola, Illinois, it's Buckwheat, Aaron Trotter.
Getting ready for our first of 3 USA Roller Coasters heat races, Aiden Forster and Andrew May. MFK Speed Lab teammates going to lead them to the green. Cody Meadows sits back in 3rd, trying to make it his way into the feature easy tonight. May looking for a 3-peat, while Forster looking for his first sprint car win. We are underway in our first heat from Lanier as Forster slides up in front of his teammate. May gonna slow up behind him as Cody Meadows elects to take the bottom of the racetrack. Gonna be 3 wide for the race lead as Meadows clears May, and Meadows will take the race lead away as May tries to dip to the bottom. Forster slips back to 3rd as Andrew May now peeks to the inside of Cody Meadows for the race lead.
Yeah, like I mentioned here at the start of this thing, we got a pretty stacked heat here as the Season 1 champ now hops out to the lead, and he's got the Season 2 champ right behind him who barely clipped the wall. May keeps it straight and he keeps it going. I know he's definitely going to have to keep his eyes out for that wall jumping out, but that 31M should not be a problem.
Yeah, they really kind of followed each other into defense. Cody kind of tapped it at once, and then May did the exact same thing right behind him. And right breathing behind the Season 2 champion's neck is Colin Shane in the 87. We've seen him show flashes of speed in the past. He actually picked up a 3rd place finish last night. Very good race car driver, despite the age difference to most of the field. Very good driver, and now working on the first 2 champions up right in front of him.
Yeah, and he's holding up with them really well, obviously, and it really shows what kind of a race car driver he's. A heck of a one for sure.
And here comes Shane peeking to the inside of Andrew May. This for a dash position. 1 to go this time around. Cody Meadows in the lead. Colin Shane trying to make it into the dash. Andrew May trying to defend that position well. And it looks like he will do so successfully. Cody Meadows wins the opening heat. Andrew May finishes 2nd. Colin Shane heads to the feature.
Yeah, the big loser of that was Aiden Forster there.
Yeah, Forster from 1st to 4th. He really lost his speed as it kicked off, and then slipped back and lost some ground, and 4th place finish, but he'll work his way through the B main, hopefully, as we set your grid for our 2nd USA Roller Coasters heat. On pole, driver number 09 machine for Ryland Gray Racing's Tutoring from Superior, Wisconsin, it's the high flyer, Anthony Woodhull. And to his outside, driver number 52 for Ryan Billy Racing and Winfield, Missouri, it is Mason Coffey.
Like we mentioned, making his first start here for McGrath Sports in Levittown, New York, it's the Sausage Matt McGrath there, and that Kyle Larson machine is to his outside from Sylvania, Ohio, and that number 17, it's Tyler No.
Rolling off in the 5th position, driver number 67 for Walter Esports and Mansfield, Texas. It's the Rocket, Sean Leisure. And to his outside, driver number 4 for MFK Speed Lab in Asheville, North Carolina. It's the Asheville Attitude, Cameron McComb.
And around out your field there in the number 77, it's Attleboro, Massachusetts, on the Ant-Man, Antonio Mancini.
And they line up here for our 2nd heat this evening. Gonna be our last race before we go Thanksgiving break. Hope everybody has a good time with their family if they get the opportunity. As the green flag comes into the air, the 2nd heat is underway. Anthony Woodhull trying to slide up in front of Mason Coffey, but Coffey powers around the outside, side by side, down into turn number 3. Woodhull holding his own on the bottom, but Mason Coffey powers around the top. To the race lead he goes. Tyler No slips back there into the 3rd position as Matt McGrath and Sean Leisure, 2 buddies right there, battle it out side by side for the 3rd or 4th position. Cam McCone sits back there in 6th, and Antonio Mancini rounds out the pack.
Yeah, you got 2 oval racers going at it here for the 3rd spot. or fourth spot, excuse me, with McGrath and Leisure, like you mentioned. But up front, Anthony Woodhull not giving up there on that number 52 machine, trying to go for your race lead.
Yeah, trying to run him down as this track continues to slick up. You see the cushion continuing to push further up the racetrack. Woodhull, remember getting all that experience from Rylan Gray, who was making his second start in the Pro Series, the World of Outlaws Pro Series on iRacing tonight. And maybe trying to use that advice to success here. It's going to be 3 laps to go as he tries to reel in Mason Coffey in a 52.
That gap not getting any smaller there as Coffey hopes as now Woodhull look to the inside going into the corner. But it will not be enough here as Mason Coffey doing everything he can to hold off this 09 machine of Woodhull.
And he's going to have to do it for one more lap here off of 4. Woodhull got real close there but couldn't quite get the spot away. 1 lap to go as Tyler No sits in the final transfer spot, but there goes Woodhull up and over. No to second and Leisure to third. Mason Coffey wins the heat. Tyler No goes to the dash, and Sean Leisure heads to the feature as Anthony Woodhull sells the bag in the final corner.
Massive turn of events there coming out of turn number 2. He just had 2 more corners Woodhull needed to go to make it in cleanly, but it wasn't enough.
Oh, man. It's fortunate he didn't take anybody else out with him, but Coffey and No will head to the dash as we get ready for your third and final USA Roller Coasters heat race this evening. Ooh, that was exciting as we get ready for this heat. On pole, driving at number 39 for MFK Speed Lab and Boston, New York, it's the Iceman, Aiden Kirker. And to his outside, driving a number 04 machine for JDR Esports, Exo Consulting Ring Competitor, it's Cam Martin.
And starting in the 3rd spot, in the number 24 there, from Riverton, Illinois, or Coldwater, Michigan, excuse me, that's Muck Boots Cooper, Nolan Cooper. And to his outside, from JDR Esports, that's the number 10, the Asian sensation, Jack Young.
Rolling off in a 5th position, driving a number 23 machine from Huntley, Illinois, Exo Consulting Ring Competitor, it's Charlie Byer. And to his outside, driving a number 13 machine for Young Co Motorsports in Des Moines, Iowa, it's Showtime, Exo Consulting Ring Competitor, Carter Young. And that sets your grid for your third and final heat event this evening. Connor Barker, who has yet to hit the grid or turn a qualifying lap, would be the first man out as we only have 1 man going home. So that would really put a damper on things, and this would really solidify everybody being safe if Barker is not able to make it into tonight's feature event, as he is actually not even in the session. So all 20 of these guys could be safe as they come to the green. Green flag waves. The final heat is underway as a good jump for Cam Martin on the outside. As Aiden Kirker, this is something I got to remind you of, Shane. You didn't see it last night, but Kirker, he worked the bottom so well. He was better than everybody, and of course that's a common thing we see at most racetracks for Kirker, but he just seemed to work the bottom. The bottom and the top were so even throughout the night, and he worked the bottom better than anybody else. He's really fast down there, and you see him digging right there, pulling away from Cam Martin.
Yeah, he is, and it's interesting to note, like you said, that he always goes to the bottom here, and he was last night. Looks like everyone else is lined up on the high side right behind him. So, Kirker, your race leader, doing something right compared to all the other 5 drivers behind him.
Yeah, he has found something that nobody else is able to find with their driving style. As you see Martin kind of searching for it down there. Actually, that time around, he closed a 10th on Kirker's lead, but Kirker right now, he just really has to hang on to this thing, and he should be going. But you can't go without saying, what a strong start to the season for Cam Martin. A 7th place finish last night, but he is 2nd in points to Andrew May, 23 points back, of course, but he is one of 3 drivers, him, Andrew May, and Joshua Laux, to complete every lap this season. Very, very consistent, very, very strong start to the season for Martin as he looks to go into tonight's dash.
Yeah, as we actually have a battle heating up here for your transfer spot as they take the white flag. Nolan Cooper tried for his slide job on the Asian sensation. Jack Young's going to do everything he can to hold off the 24 car there, as Aiden Kirker will come out at turn number 4 and win the heat here. And Cam Martin to his outside, and Jack Young holds off Cooper.
Yeah, Young with a nice crossover move in the final corner, and your Fast Pass Dash lineup is now set. And we'll get that out after tonight's B main. 11 cars will grid up, but if Connor Barker is not here, it'll just be extra practice laps for everybody. So we'll see how that shakes out. As I'm getting, oops, wrong person. Sorry.
Oh, you sent it to me. It's all right.
I did. My fault. Well, go ahead and set the grid real quick. Let me find Andrew.
we'll set your grid here. I'm just going to run through everyone quickly. Starting in the first spot, you got Aiden Forster, the number 20 machine from MFK Speed Labs, and 2 is outside from McGrath Swimming Sport. It's the 033 of Matt McGrath. Behind those 2 drivers on the inside, you got the number 24, Nolan Cooper, and to his outside, the number 21 of Brandon Stewart, as he looks to turn his luck around after his misfortune event in heat number 1.
And then sitting back there in the 5th position is the 77. Hey, he's good. That's Antonio Mancini in 5th. Charlie Meyer from Huntley, Illinois sits there in 6th. Aaron Trotter in the 46th and 7th. As Cam McCone sits back there in 8th. Carter Young 9th. Joshua Alex 10th. Anthony Woodhull 11th. And Connor Barker, not making it to the racetrack tonight, will be the guy out. So this is really just going to be some practice laps for these guys and trying to set a good starting position. So don't count out the importance of these 10 laps. It's going to still mean a good bit to try and get your starting position good.
Yeah, you hit the nail right on the head there. I was definitely going to want to mention that, but here we go. This will be...
Sorry.
Green flag.
That's all right. Your B main underway here.
And Aiden Forster out to the early lead. Matt McGrath slips back to 3rd. Nolan Cooper takes that spot away, and you see them all stack up here racing. Antonio Mancini sits there in 4th. As there you see Charlie Beyer back there in the battle with Carter Young and Anthony Woodhull. Look at this big swarm of race cars back here, all battling it out here. And Beyer and Young make contact. Young got into the back of them, and they stack it up and almost wreck back there.
Yeah, and Nolan Cooper, Aiden Forster out to a large margin of lead here, as now Cooper's trying to work on Matt McGrath. A little bit of contact between the 2 drivers there for the 2nd spot, as McGrath holds off Cooper for now.
And there they go battling now. That's Charlie Beyer peeking to the inside of Brandon Stewart in the 22. That's the first battle we have on the racetrack right now, as actually Nolan Cooper starts to pounce on Matt McGrath. That for the 2nd position, as you see the flyby through this field halfway home in a B-main. As there goes McGrath and Cooper.
Trouble for McGrath. I think Cooper is definitely the faster driver, but just had nowhere to go there, as McGrath is in trouble. And that'll move Aaron Trotter there into the 3rd spot, and Brandon Stewart there battling with Charlie Beyer. How about that for the 4th spot? Good run for Beyer.
Very nice run for Beyer as he is making another start. This will be his first career feature in the Quicktime iRacing League. It is a strong start to his career. Or not a very strong start, as he wrecked in the first lap of his heat and left after that. But this is going to be the first feature he makes, and going to be starting pretty good if he can.
Uh-oh. Well, maybe not.
I don't think...
Kelan, your commentator's curse caught on again.
So I didn't think he knew there were no yellows in the B main, so he didn't want to cause a yellow.
Well, maybe he can rejoin. Come back in here.
Yeah. Let me go yell at him real quick.
Anyways, as you're doing that, Aiden Forster will win the B main here, solidifying a good starting spot for your feature events. Nolan Cooper 2nd, Aaron Trotter 3rd. Calamity coming out of turn number 4. So it looks like Woodhull just beats out McCone. Stewart's in trouble there. Not sure if he got that back going, but Forster, Cooper, Trotter, Young, Laux, McCone, Woodhull, Stewart, Beyer, McGrath, Mancini are your top 11 making tonight's show in that order.
And now we get ready for your warm-up session, which will serve as the Fast Pass Dash this evening. On pole, it'll be Cody Meadows. To the outside of him, it'll be Mason Coffey. Aiden Kirker in 3rd. Andrew May 4th. Tyler No 5th. Cam Martin in 6th.
As the drivers begin to fly onto the field here. 6 drivers battled out for the top 6 positions for your feature event.
Yep, and they should all be lined up here, and they're going to come to the green this next time. So I'm going to go ahead and count them down when they get the opportunity here. I'll do like a dual broadcast countdown and the lineup countdown. So.
Thank you guys for joining us on this Monday night and watching the Peach Stage Showdown presented by the McDonald's of Waynesville, North Carolina.
3, 2, 1, green.
Heard it right there. Green flag underway for Cody Meadows. He leads them here. the number 52, Mason Coffey, to the outside, but don't count out Kirker on that bottom.
Yeah, it looks like friendly fire right there. Meadows got into his teammate, and that gives Aiden Kirker the race lead. And for now, he's trying to hang on, coming to complete lap 3 of 6 now. Kirker working the bottom, and he is in the lead for the first time really this season. He's out there racing for the win, and now for the fast pass dash. What a big advantage it could be to have track position early.
Yeah, and Meadows is tubbing on that outside lead, and a large pack of drivers there as he still holds on to that second spot with the number 52, Mason Coffey, right behind him, as Andrew May now searching to the bottom, maybe following his teammate, see what's down there.
Oh, and look at how fast May was that time. But here comes Meadows. 2 to go this time. Going to come to the white. This time around, Kirker still ripping the bottom. Meadows trying to find something up top. White flag here, and there goes Kirker to the race lead for now. Meadows trying to stick with them. They're going to battle it out here. Checkers this time when they get off of 4. Last corner, side by side for the race lead. Kirker and Meadows at the stripe.
Meadows got him.
Meadows edges him out.
Great run by Cody Meadows. He got that high side hustle going, and that works out for him in the end.
Yeah, for sure, as Aiden Kirker advances to second. And we'll take a look here at the rest of the order. It should be Andrew May 4th, and I believe Cam Martin 5th, and Tyler No in 6th. And that will be how they line up, those top 6 order. And we'll get ready to go feature racing here in a second.
Yeah, Meadows technically kept his spot. So,
yeah,
good job by the veteran of the series on that.
Only a couple changes, and that will be Kirker going to second, Coffey back to third, and Tyler No and Cam Martin switch spots on the third row. And that's how they will line up for tonight's feature event. 20 cars line up, and we get ready to go racing from the Lanier Speedway feature action in the Peach State Showdown. Getting ready to get underway as we're going to go through your starting lineup. On pole, driver number 1 machine for Ryan Billy Racing in Martinsville, Virginia. It's the Mud Digger, Cody Meadows, and to his outside, driver number 39 for MFK Speed Lab and Boston, New York. It's Aiden Kirker.
And
Coffey's third. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Starting in the second spot is Mason Coffey, and to his outside is going to be number 31 from Bedford, Pennsylvania, and MFK Speed Labs, Andrew May.
Cam Martin will roll up in a 5th spot. Tyler No back there in 6th. Colin Shane in 7th. Sean Leisure 8th. Jack Young 9th. Aiden Forster 10th. Nolan Cooper 11th. Aaron Trotter 12th. Carter Young 13th. Joshua Lounce 14th. 15th is Cam McCone. Anthony Woodhull 16th. Brandon Stewart 17th. Charlie Byer 18th. Matt McGrath and Antonio Mancini round out the field as we get ready to go feature racing here from the Lanier Speedway. Just waiting on Charlie Byer to grid up. I told him to get back here, and he's back as they get ready to split it 4 wide here shortly.
So we'll get ready for the best sight on dirt here on the iRacing.com service. Momentarily, you'll see the Dirt Track USA full wide salute.
There you see the most famous sight, the Dirt Track USA 4 wide salute from the Lanier Speedway. Such a beautiful sight as they stack it up. Gonna get ready to break off here.
Hang on, we're not
break
going
off.
green, not going green.
No
Yeah.
admin tonight, so Keelan's got broadcast duties and admin duties.
I'm dual jobbing, so it'll be interesting to see how this thing goes. It'll be Meadows and Aiden Kirker leading us to the green as we get ready to go feature a race in 35 laps around the Lanier Speedway in the McDonald's Peach State Showdown. $20 goes to the winner. This is a still pretty intense race. Going to see how this goes. Hoping for a lot of green flag racing, and if it can show us anything like last night, we're going to have a great night for some racing around the Lanier Speedway. Meadows going to lead us to the green, and we're going to get going here. Going to let you hear these sprint cars roar as they fire it off into turn 1. We're underway. Cody Meadows going to lead the opening circuit as Andrew May tubs around his teammate and Aiden Kirker for second. Kirker trying to stick the bottom, but the speed's not there right now. The top looks really good as Meadows leads. May sits back there right behind him. Aiden Kirker lead the bottom. You see Mason Coffey 3 wide back there with the 2 JDR Esports cars.
Yeah, it's a big swarm of drivers here as they look to spread out along this racetrack that's really wide in the corners here. As caution is out, we got a couple drivers in trouble, Colin Shane and Nolan Cooper there.
Yeah, it looked like Nolan Cooper and Colin Shane, yeah, like you said. Started with a big stack up back there, and we'll get a Dirt Track USA replay to see what happened. It looked like Colin Shane went for a spin right in front of everybody and caused a stack up, so we'll see.
We find it out there on the racetrack for you guys at home.
Lap 3. It was coming off a turn 2. Looked like Shane got sideways right in front of
Couldn't
everybody.
find Colin Shane for a second. My apologies for that. There we go.
There you see Shane on the bottom right there. You see Cam Martin kind of pinning him down and just spun out right in front of everybody.
Oh, and Jack Young kind of reacted to avoid him. And
yeah, started to stack up.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, green flag back in the air.
yeah.
Cody Meadows got a great launch out of it as Aiden Kirker leads the bottom. That's not Cody Meadows right now, trying to get past his teammate Andrew May, and he does so successfully so far. But May building the momentum up top. This is a lot like last night's race with those two right there side by side battling it out. It was a lot of fun to watch, and right now it's for second, but could be for the lead a little bit later as it is a longer feature this evening. 5 laps completed at a 35.
Caution, yellow flag.
And we got that caution out once again, and Colin Shane having some trouble once again, as well as Matt McGrath involved.
Yeah, it looked like Matt McGrath sent it in way too hard, ran him over. And McGrath disconnects immediately, so that should be where the fault is placed. As it was a really, I don't know what the idea was here. That reminds me a lot of that heat we had last week with Trotter and Forster. They got into each other hard and took each other out of contention to win that heat, so it was crazy.
On board McGrath here.
See him slide it.
Yeah, it is a large pack of cars, but I don't know if he was trying to go for sending it in there really deep or what, but
yeah, I don't really know what the idea was there, but McGrath is done for the night, and Cody Meadows is going to lead us back down to the green. 2 cautions in the opening few laps. This may be benefiting some of the drivers not named, or maybe this could be benefiting Cody. You never know, because with the more laps, the more cautions, the more chances he has to get better restarts and stay out front. So we'll see how that one car reacts. The green flag in the air, back cut away from Lanier as he shoots out to the lead, heading into turn 1. Kirker back to the bottom, right behind him.
see Meadows leading a large pack of drivers there as they all follow that bright orange machine there. Kirker's still working his bottom favorite, but here comes Andrew May on that high side as Meadows moves to the bottom. Maybe a little bit of a different line here for that one machine.
Yeah, Meadows looking for some speed on the bottom, but May is finding speed on the top, and he's going to challenge him down here off of turn 2. Meadows slips back, and Andrew May to the race lead as Meadows almost got in the fence, but there goes May. Got really sideways, going to allow Meadows to close back up to him, but Andrew May to the race lead. Mason Coffey tubbing around the outside of Cody Meadows to the second position, and here comes Aiden Kirker now. Of course, there sparks were flying at Belsha between these two, and now Meadows blocking Kirker to an extent, as here comes Sean Leisure battling for the 4th position.
Yeah, my question is maybe that bottom side isn't there yet, or what? Because I've seen both of these drivers kind of drop back from their position, so maybe it's too early as maybe Meadows notices that and jumps back up to the high side after he drops 2 spots.
Yeah, last night the top and the bottom were pretty
trouble for Sean
even.
Leisure.
Leisure gets in the fence right in front of Forster, flips the 09 over, and the caution is out.
Looks like he just ran out of racetrack there and put himself into the wall, and that'll collect up Anthony Woodhull in that gray auto machine. Send it to your Dirt Track USA here. Check out what just happened. See Leisure there.
Looks like he just topped the cushion right there and tagged Forster and Woodhull, nowhere to go. And no front wing on the Woodhull machine, so that will definitely slow down his race car, as Leisure was battling with Kirker for that position. But last night, the top and the bottom, they were both pretty even as far as speed went around the racetrack, and tonight, so far, the top has been the preferred line. So Kirker, you see, he's staying loyal to the bottom, but everybody else running the top, and they're going around him. So maybe he's just going to be patient with that side of the racetrack as Andrew May takes the green flag. Back on her way as Ryan Billy Racing teammates in Coffee and Meadows battle for the second position. Coffee powers around him on the outside. Kirker immediately dropped back to the bottom, and here comes Forster around the top of him. That for the fourth position, but it's all Andrew May out front.
Yeah, his trouble looked like one car. I think it might have been the 10 car in trouble. Jack Young. No, Young's fine. I saw one driver sideways.
Colin Shane has disconnected, so yeah, he was in trouble. He clipped the inside fence and tagged Antonio Mancini.
That'll be his second fault of the night, and like you mentioned, he left the session. So 87 car of Colin Shane done here at Lanier. No Big Mac for him. Send him back to the playpen.
Yep, wrecking right there. Unfortunate for Shane as his night comes to an early exit as we close in on halfway home.
Crazy, it doesn't feel like halfway already.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy how fast these races go, and it's real fun to watch them. As right now, May has gotten out to the lead every time, but Mason Coffey not letting him go. Of course, he's going for his first career win, going for that McDonald's gift card, trying to see what he can do, try to win this thing, get his first career win. Cody Meadows sits back there in third. Aiden Forster has climbed from 10th to 4th. He's having a nice run under his belt as Aiden Kirker sits back there in 5th. The green flag back in the air, and there we see May shoot out to the lead, and up to the top of the racetrack he goes.
Andrew May doing what he did best, and that's slinging some dirt here in that big unit machine. Not too many races we see that 31 farther in the pack, as he's always up front here, battling for the lead.
It's all May out front, fighting for his 13th career win in the series overall, and caution out again back there.
Carter Young in trouble. I don't believe Mancini was involved. Young was on his side. He got it all flipped over though. Once again, we'll send it over to our replay. Contact with one driver there. I believe that might have been Cam Martin. Don't know if Young was at fault or Martin. We'll check it out.
See Carter Young there ripping the bottom of the racetrack. He was having a nice run. Oh, he got tagged from behind by the 4. Looks more like a racing deal there. Looks like he slowed up and not many places to go for Martin there. I would rule that a racing incident. Yeah. Not much you can do there in that situation.
And we're calling the shots tonight.
Yeah, we are. So, how about that? Has been a very successful week for Andrew May, dating back to last Thursday. He's been strong, and this will be his, if he can hang on, of course, this will be his 3rd win in, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So, my goodness, he's on a tear, and when he gets hot, he's hard to stop. And he took the points lead after race 2, and if he doesn't lose it at any point in the season, I would not be surprised. His green flag back in the air, and he shoots out to a big gap at the line. Mason Coffey sits back there in 2nd, as there you see Aiden Kirker sitting back there in the 3rd position to the bottom of the racetrack. He's having a nice run on the bottom. And that bottom may be finally starting to come in as he battles with his teammate Aiden Forster, a little over halfway home from Lanier.
Kirker now moving up to the high side. How about this? He's going to follow that number 20 car, who's his teammate, as here comes Cam Martin, that driver who just made some contact there. Will slide his number 04 into the 4th spot.
He is working that bottom well right now. Coming to 15 to go now, but it's all Andrew May out front as lapped traffic might be starting to have to negotiate with the 31, with the 77 out in front of him. In Antonio Mancini as you see Cody Meadows reel in Aiden Kirker there for the 5th position. These guys battling as Andrew May starts to reel in the lap traffic. Mancini pulls off for him, and now Mancini starts to slip back and let everybody go. And he tries to pull into the pits, but he can't do it successfully in front of Aiden Kirker. Almost caused a pile up, but right now seems to not be an issue as Cody Meadows has slid back up into the 4th position.
Cody Meadows charging back up to the front here, staying loyal to that high side. As we saw him kind of treacherized down to the bottom, but did not work for him. So at least his driving style is now, as we're talking about that, Mason Coffey just let Aiden Forster go by as MFK Speed Lab now holds 1, 2, 6 there for Kirker, and as well as Cameron coming back in 9th.
Yeah, nice run for him. As you see Kirker continuing to work on Cam Martin in the 5th position, but how about Andrew May out front? Absolutely dominant these last 3 races. He got hot around this point in the season, in the summer season. A while back, he was strong, and he's proven why he's the best driver in this series right now. Trying to go for 3 in a row, which I don't know if he ever got 3 in a row last season. I'll check that as the laps wind down here, but how about Andrew? He's just dominant.
Absolute wheelman. There's no other way to describe it. Like I said earlier, we got a caution. Mancini.
And that's something he did not want to see, as Antonio Mancini in trouble.
Rylan Gray is connecting to the session to watch his drivers. Doesn't look like he had a great night for a pro, unfortunately for him.
It's unfortunate.
Really is.
As Mancini's night will come to an end, because being lapped when the next caution comes out, you pull off at that point.
Just kind of lost his own. Just trying to get out of the way of our race leader, which I know they're very happy about that, and those sprint cars don't turn right.
No, they don't. They don't. So unfortunate.
Yeah. He was trying his best to get out of the way. Got to give him credit, but
yeah, being lapped by Quicktime Sprint Car Series rules, that's the end of your night. So he'll wind up with a 15th place running here tonight, as Andrew May is trying to hang on. And I looked it up. Last season, nobody, and to my knowledge in the series, nobody has ever won 3 in a row. So this would be a first time in history. He went 2 in a row twice last season, trying to make it 3 for the first time in history this evening. As the green flag's back in the air, Aiden Forster, his MFK Speed Lab teammate, sits back there in 2nd, Mason Coffey in 3rd, Cody Meadows in 4th, charging to his inside is Aiden Kirker for the 4th position, coming to 6 to go.
Kirker, got to give him credit. He's been down there all night long waiting for his lane to come in, and looks like maybe it's coming into fruition now as the 39 loving that bottom side still.
Look up front, Shane. This race is not over. Aiden Forster, looking for his first career sprint car win, has reeled in race leader Andrew May, and he's going to make a charge here. 4 laps to go at the line from Lanier, as Forster is there trying to make a charge for it and get his first career sprint car win over the most dominant driver in recent memory.
Yeah, May's protege, Forster, he trained him and he's been working with him, putting all these laps in. His teammate, too. And here it comes down to the line. 2 teammates, 2 great buddies for the race win here at Lanier.
Through 3 and 4, coming to 2 more circuits around the Lanier National Speedway for the race win and a $20 gift card to McDonald's in the Peach State Showdown. A lap and a half to go. Andrew May in control. MFK Speed Lab teammate Aiden Forster right behind him. Not going to let him out of his sights yet. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go from Lanier as it's Andrew May out front. trying to do something nobody has ever done and pick up 3 in a row. But Aiden Forster is looking for his first sprint car win. He dives to the bottom. May powers off the top. 3 in a row. Andrew May wins the Peach State Showdown from Lanier Speedway as Aiden Forster, a valiant effort, picks up a second place finish and the Dirtman Photography Hard Charger Award.
Man, it looked like a McDonald's drive-thru coming to the checkered flag there, side by side.
What a race, an incredible battle as Forster reeled in his teammate Andrew May, but Andrew May does what somebody has never done before and goes 3 in a row in the A&B Outdoors Quicktime Sprint Car Series. Aiden Forster, for now, will have to remain P2 boy as he has come so close in these sprint cars, but again, just short. And I know that's nagging at him, but another good run for Forster and an even better run for Andrew May. Dominant again. What more can you say, man? 3 in a row as the CMFK Speed Lab. They're going to tally him up there with a 1st, 2nd, 5th, and 8th. Great run tonight. An amazing, amazing race.
Yeah, he got May finishing first, and like we mentioned, his teammate right behind him, Kirker, stuck with that bottom, and that results in a top 5 and another great top 10 run for McCone there. So you see the drivers all lining up here.
As they stack it up, MFK Speed Lab celebrating another good effort, and we're going to get a word with our race winner, picking up 3 in a row, Andrew May. Andrew is killing in the booth. You got us.
Yeah.
Well, we finally got the finish of one of these on stream, so how about that, picking up the win? It was a great run. Aiden Forster, he was coming there in those closing laps, but you just did just enough to fend him off.
Yeah, I think Forster might have been a little bit faster than me. I think he had his wing a little bit further back than I did, and I had to move it back there. I was losing time on him, but he caught up real quick. But I think if it's anyone else, they probably throw some dirty sliders or run over top of me. But Forster would never do that. Well, at least not intentionally to me. But yeah, oh man, it was just I'm like out of breath, man. I was sweating. These guys, my teammates are like giving me runs for my money, and I don't like it. What the heck?
Yeah,
easy.
Last night it was the first Iceman, and now tonight it's Iceman Jr. coming there. So they're just not going to let you get away easy with these finishes. So, I mean, but that's the way you want them. You want to earn these things, and you continue to earn them week in, week out. Like, I think these last 3 races, maybe one of them came easy, but really none of them have come easy, and you've proven why you're the big unit, why you're fast. And by the way, tonight is the first time a Quicktime Sprint Car Series driver has ever won 3 races in a row. So you made history.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, I mean
a lot of people wish they could get 3 wins in a season.
Yeah.
So that's saying something there, but I think I've been squeaking them out.
You're getting 3 in these first 5 races. I was talking to Shane earlier tonight. I was like, hey, you missed a great race last night. Kirker, he was right there with him, but May, he was just too quick. I mean, what more can you say? That 31, when you get out to the lead, you're hard to pass, and you prove it week in, week out. Picking up another win and trying to go for 4 in a row. I hope you enjoy your Thanksgiving. You got to be, you want to thank.
Yeah, I want to thank all the series sponsors for helping put this stuff on. A&B Outdoors, Advantage Direct, Krebs Designs, Dirtman Photography, Dirt Track USA, Exo Consulting, Iceman Designs, K1 Race Gear, McDonald's of Waynesville, North Carolina, who put up the money today, which is really cool. I'm really glad that we can race for that. Shane DiMantova Designs. I got a lot of people that I got to thank on my car. McDonald's, Waynesville, North Carolina, Elite Performance Industries, ASC Electronic Repair, Dirt Heathen Racing Apparel, Curry Excavating. Every guy that's on our team, these guys, whenever they race, they're racing to win. The last 2 races prove it. They're not going to let me win anything. They want to win it just as bad as I do, and that's what makes it so much fun. Is these guys are just as hungry as I am and want to win just as bad as I do, and it makes for some really good racing when we're all up front. And I finally can take a deep breath and get a drink and relax, and enjoy the rest of my night.
Well, back to back. So I mean, you got all the momentum in the world. 3-peat, first ever time, and gonna give you a McDonald's gift card that you can redeem in Waynesville, North Carolina. So
I did that
Next-
three-peat for JJ Hill since he couldn't be here tonight.
Yeah, on vacation. Well, I'll get you that gift card, and next time you go out there to North Carolina, you can go redeem it. Get
Yeah.
yourself a free $20 meal. So
Yeah, I can get my Big Mac from last night and $20 more worth of milkshakes and French fries, I guess. So gonna make rib.
Yeah. Well, awesome run tonight, Andrew, and congratulations on another win. The points lead just gets even deeper. I'm only 5 races into the season, and you probably got the points lead that you had 15 races in the last season.
Yeah.
So a great start for sure, and hopefully going to keep this momentum going. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, and we look forward to seeing you on December 2nd when we head to Eldora.
You too, guys. Thank you guys for putting us on. Thanks, Shane, for being able to make it tonight. The streams mean a lot to the people who watch them, our parents, our friends, stuff like that. I know Forrester's mom watches them. My dad's big into them. So, they appreciate it a lot. So thank you guys for taking the time to do that.
Sure.
Always a pleasure.
Okay,
That's
have
good.
a good Thanksgiving and 9 days off?
Gobble, gobble.
Gobble, gobble. See you next
gobble.
week.
Yes, sir.
He's going to trot
Yeah.
on out of here.
Yeah, he's gonna gobble gobble out of here. Pop, 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 pop. Oh, okay. Well.
Let's bring in P2 Boy.
Yeah, P2 Boy also taking home the hard charger effort tonight from 10th to 2nd. Shane, go ahead.
There you go.
Welcome to McDonald's. What can I get for you?
Can I get like a large fry and just a water?
I'm sorry.
What?
I only. What?
Don't tell me that's what you order from McDonald's.
Nah, that's just the first thing that came to mind, honestly.
Oh.
Hey, only Happy Meals for P2 boys.
Yeah, I guess so.
Anyways, Aiden, great run for you here tonight. Just coming short to your teammate once again, Andrew May. You really made him work for it at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna do anything crazy unless he got in the wall really bad, because it's not worth risking a 1-2 finish just to get one more spot. So I was just gonna chill there. I mean, I went to the bottom in 3 and 4 there and got pretty close, but he got me. It is what it is.
Yeah, and that tops your best finish so far this season. Is the momentum, or ties your best finish on the season. Not really. The momentum's on your side. Is you've had a 12th place finish, a 2nd place finish, a 6th place finish, and now another 2nd place finish. So luck's definitely on this side. I don't know about luck, but maybe some skill in the number 20 cars. We head into next week. Yeah, pretty long break here. What are you looking forward to in the upcoming weeks?
Yeah, playing some laps, just, figure out what lines work. What's our next track? What is our next track?
Eldora.
Eldora? Oh, that's
yeah.
going to be fun. I love Eldora. That's going to be good. That's going to be good multiple groove race in there. Definitely going to be putting up some hosted sessions and getting some laps in.
Or Kokomo. I have Kokomo listed on
Oh,
here.
Kokomo?
Oh, it is Kokomo.
Is
I'm
it?
sorry.
Okay, well,
Eldora's
same
after
thing.
that.
Yeah, same thing. I'm going to put in some laps, master it. I mean, as well as me, that the top's going to be really good there. So master the top and some practice and hopefully give him a run for it.
All right, Jimmy Owens, who you got to thank here tonight?
I'd like to thank MFK Speed Lab, Dirt Track USA, Dirt Heathen Racing Apparel, Big Unit Designs, Elite Performance Industries, and Andrew for giving the tips along the way. It helps out a lot because he knows what he's doing. So.
All right, Hayden, thank you so much for joining us as usual. Congrats on the 2nd place finish. Hopefully we'll see you up there in that first spot soon.
You guys.
So that was 2nd place finisher, teammate to our race winner, Andrew Mays. Now Keelan's going to go to word with Mason Coffee, and Forrester was our hard charger too, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he?
Yes, he
We
was.
forgot to mention that.
No, I did.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Well, yeah. Well.
Anyways, let's bring in Coffee.
Hey, Mason. It's Keelan underneath. You got us.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Mason. A P3 finish tonight. You've been kind of strong, to say the least. A little bit of streak of top 10s going on with an 8th place finish last night. Of course, the 11th at Volusia, but you also had a couple good finishes out there in Volusia. So your season, it's been a little rocky to say the least, but a P3 finish, kind of solid finish to get the season kind of underway as we head into our Thanksgiving break and then come back on December the 1st. So how about take us through your race today and what got that 3rd place finish for you?
Definitely winning my heat. That helped me a lot. And then that dash. I felt faster than Cody. I just didn't want to throw any dumb moves on him. And I almost lost it at the beginning of the race. Hit the wall. But recovered pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, a great effort to say the least, top 3 finish, and now the momentum trying to carry it over into the month of December, the Christmas month coming up, and trying to get a race win under your belt is going to be the goal, of course, in the Midwest Malice there. A couple good tracks coming up in Kokomo, Eldora, and Lima Land. How you feel like you can fare in those 3?
I'm pretty good at Eldora. I'm terrible at Kokomo. I'm decent at Limeland.
Well, we'll see how that shakes out. Hopefully you can finish off strong there. Of course, a P3 finish tonight. You got what you want to thank?
I'd like to thank RBR, RKM Setup Shop, T46 Graphics, Strive for Mental Health. That's it. And you guys for streaming.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining us tonight, Mason, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you in December.
Yep.
Mason Coffey with a 3rd place finish tonight. He was hunting down the prize tonight and did a great effort and picked up a 3rd place finish. And that was your McDonald's Peach State Showdown. It was a awesome show. I mean, my goodness, that was probably... I thought we couldn't top last night's race, and then I feel like we got pretty darn close tonight, Shane. And I think, of course, as far as what we broadcasted, this is definitely the best we've got under our wraps so far. So what an amazing night of racing. And Lanier, I think it proves to be a great track. We may need to add this thing to the schedule a little bit more.
Yeah, it was some fantastic racing. I know we didn't capture last night like we mentioned, but it seemed to play out and right into our hands here tonight. And I know I loved the racing out there, and you definitely did too.
Yeah, some incredible action. It was awesome. And, of course, Andrew May, 3 in a row. My goodness, what are we gonna... What are we gonna do about this guy? Do we gotta park him for a race or something? Yeah, we're gonna have to tell him he has to pick one race that he sits out of, and he has to sit out, and hopefully make this championship battle a bit more interesting. My goodness, but this guy, he just continues to beat the brakes off of everybody, almost every race, 3 in a row, doing something that nobody has ever done before. It's pretty incredible.
It really is, and we're really seeing a star come into our hands on our own. We've seen lots of talented drivers come through, but May just delivers, it seems like, week in and week out. And I know there's a couple guys we kind of overshadow, including Cody Meadows. He's always been successful ever since season 1.
Yeah, I mean, he's been very, very strong and obviously one of our most successful drivers, and whenever we get a Hall of Fame started up, he'll definitely be first ballot up there along with Andrew May. Andrew's win tonight catapults him to now tie Cody Meadows all-time on the wins list. His 12th career win ties Cody Meadows all-time, and he'll be looking to take that over the season progresses. Aiden Kirker, Rylan Gray sit back there a little bit, along with Caleb Morrissey and Rylan Pearson, who have raced with us in the past. Lane Stevens, also a former racer here, and Trey Shuttlesworth, and a lot of other guys who have gotten wins, and they've been strong. And I mean, it's incredible to have we've had several hundred drivers come out and race with us, and only the best of the best can come out with a win, and really the best of the best can get 12 wins at a time. So Andrew May proves that he's one of the best to do it, and he continues to throw that momentum forward every night. He's awesome, and he's really does, and he's looking to pick up another win when we come back on December the 1st at This was the McDonald's Peach State Showdown. Shout out to Jared and his mom at the Waynesville, North Carolina McDonald's location for hopping on board and putting together a purse together. Awesome for those guys. And big shout out to all of our sponsors with A&B Outdoors, Advantage Direct, Krebs Designs, Dirtman Photography, Dirt Track USA, Holding Designs, Kelan Race Gear, McDonald's of Waynesville, North Carolina, and Shane DiMantova Designs. Thank you all for hopping on board, and big thank you to Tom Boy Racing, who's hopping on for the Midwest Malice, which kicks off on December the 1st. On behalf of myself, Kelan Belsha, and my buddy Shane DiMantova, thank you guys for joining us for tonight's edition of the A&B Outdoors Quicktime Sprint Car Series, and we look forward to seeing y'all December 1st. Enjoy your Thanksgiving.